Carithers. At 1B, number 6, Charlie Sturdom. At the other B, number 5, Nolan Doucette. At 1 wing, number 11, Cale Brave. At the other wing, number 9, Sammy Nelson. And the center, number 7, Logan Lutner. And the remaining Crimson. Crimson are coached by Matt Harganow. And now the home team, Chaska Stormhawks, starting in goal, number 35, Grant Patterson. At 1B, number 5, Haley Box. At the other B, number 10, Jack Hultgen. At 1 wing, number 11, Holden Palmquist. At the other wing, number 9, 13, Gavin Anderson. And it's at number 2, Logan Smith. The Stormhawks are coached by Doug Warner. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can you please rise, remove any headgear as we honor America by playing the national anthem.
It's Sunday at the 2019 Squirtacular here on Youth Hockey Hub, presented by Latza Matza. This, a Squirt A semifinal matchup between Osseo Maple Grove at 3-0-1 and Chaska Chan at 4-0. The Chaska Chanhassen Cooperative, 22 goals, averaging 5 per game in the first 4. They've allowed 10 so far. Meanwhile, Osseo Maple Grove, another cooperative as well from the west side of the metro, 22 goals on the tournament thus far, and they have allowed just 8. Luke Carithers will be in net off to our right for Osseo Maple Grove. They'll be in the black and red, and it is Grant Anderson off to our left in that Chanhassen cream gold color with the purple accents for the Chaska portion of the co-op. As we will skate now here in this Squirt A semifinal. Right to left goes Osseo Maple Grove, starting things off. 3-0-1 as mentioned in the tournament. It's Chaska Chan and Logan Smith who's able to dump it down into the Osseo Maple Grove end for the first time. 12-minute periods here at Squirt A as we're just 30 seconds gone in period number 1. Glad you're with us here on Youth Hockey Hub. Thanks to Latza Matza for their presenting sponsorship of the weekend. For getting this all tuned in here on Youth Hockey Hub all weekend long. Back and forth we've gone, settled in, back at their own blue line by Chaska Chan. Moved up ahead to Ryan Spalding. Spalding, the defenseman, centers it right back in between the circles, deflected off the stick of Blake Kennedy there. Kennedy with 2 points with a goal and an assist. He couldn't settle it down, and now brought back by Osseo Maple Grove. Worked out by Adam Steenison. Steenison in on the net towards Adderson, and he steered it away once and twice, and it deflects back down to the other end. Chased down by Dylan Campbell. Campbell couldn't get there before it got to the goal line, so it'll be an icing. We'll bring it back the other way. Just 8 total goals allowed in the first 4 games for Osseo Maple Grove. 10 allowed for Chaska Chan. These two teams among the top 5. Matamidi, the only other entrant in Squirt A at 4-0, along with Chaska Chan, trying to make their way to the finals later on today. Puck worked from the corner by Nolan Doucette. And check that by Haley Box, worked out for Chaska Chan. And Box works it all the way through the neutral zone and pushes it down in towards the Osseo Maple Grove end. Pushed back onto the stick of Cole Anderson. Anderson trying to work it out of the zone, pushes it up towards the blue line, deflected back down by Belay. Kaylin Belay, 2 goals, 2 assists. Dumps that one into the boards and up onto the bench of Osseo Maple Grove. 10:09 to go here in period number 1. Neutralized faceoff controlled by Osseo Maple Grove, pushed up. Cole Anderson ends up sliding down. And it hops out of the zone. Then back in. The offsides will bring it back. Tight win in game number 1 for Chaska Chan over Fargo Blue. They won that one 2-1. But then they put on the scoring skates after that, scoring 20 goals in the next 3 games. 7-4 victory over Apple Valley Burnsville, 8-2 over St. Michael Albertville, and 5-3 over Hermantown. On their way into this semifinal matchup, unblemished at 4-0. Trying to put some pressure on now. It's Chaska Chan as it's poked out of the zone at neutral ice as scrum begins for the puck. Starkey trying to win it away for Osseo Maple Grove. Does just play it back to a defenseman. Gets it back on the near side. Starkey tries to poke it away on the near side boards. It's caught up. Zachary Markwell started to play it forward. Back into the middle, sliding puck. Starkey sent it in towards Anderson, and off of his deflection all the way down to Adderson. And the goaltender covers up just outside the crease with 9:27 to go. For Osseo Maple Grove, meanwhile, only blemish on their record, a 4-4 tie against White Bear Lake after they opened up with a 7-0 win in game 1. 8-3 against Laverne for another win, and their last victory last night, a 3-1 victory over Edina White. Puck turned over back into the possession of Cale Braid. He had it just poked off his stick as he dropped down inside the goal line. Still possession for Osseo Maple Grove, sent to the corner by Campbell. Had it deflected right back in the near side circle. Box takes it away. Drops in below the goal line. Sent back to the middle of the zone and now out on a break. Here it goes for for Kennedy. Kennedy up ahead, he'll shoot and score. Kennedy gets Chaska Chan on the board. His 2nd goal of the tournament on the breakaway with 8:51 remaining in this first period. Osseo Maple Grove coming back to try and put on some pressure. A 1-0 lead. More pressure pushed up by Nolan Warner. Warner in below the goal line, centers that back out in front, shot and another one. This one chipped in by Kaylin Belay. Warner drops it down below the goal line, his centering pass right back in front. And Belay cashes in, and just like that, it's 2-0. For the unbeaten Chaska Chan entry here at Squirt A. Box and Florek got assists on the first goal as Osseo Maple Grove has to clear it away. Belay from Warner, as mentioned, on the second. More pressure pushed in by Palmquist for Chaska Chan as we drop under the 8-minute mark. Pushed back towards neutral ice. And the puck a little too strong, allows Osseo Maple Grove to track it down. Pushed up over the glass far side. So Chaska Chan coming out, scoring their 23rd and 24th goals of the tournament here in the first 5 minutes. They come just 26 seconds apart for Kennedy and Belay. Off the neutralized faceoff, Markwell plays it backwards under some forecheck pressure from Sammy Nelson, forced all the way below his own goal line. Spins it up off the glass, out to neutralize and banged ahead. Kennedy trying to track it down. Can't do it, so the icing brings it all the way back. It'll be to the stick side of Anderson. Just like that, Grant Anderson has been handed a 2-goal lead to defend. Puck slides between the circles. Chaska Chan trying to turn it away. Got it just past the blue line. Worked back in by Osseo Maple Grove. They stay onside. Long shot fired just wide. Bangs off the boards. Plucked up there by Markwell. Trying to turn it away, but pressure coming from Logan Lutner. Lutner trying to center in front. Instead, he'll skate it out in front. And Logan Lutner makes it a 1-goal game again with his 7th of the tournament. Lutner sticks after it. Kept the forecheck pressure on, even though the puck was free behind the net. And we'll redraw this one here. But Osseo Maple Grove on the board. Still with 6:45 to go in this first. Sammy Nelson giving credit for the lone assist on that one. So it's 2-1. Like that pressure from Osseo Maple Grove. They know they have to step it up just a bit. Down 2-0 early, and they did just that, rising to the occasion, making a 1-goal game. They've scored 2 again. Their only non-victory in the tournament was the tie in which they scored 4 goals. Box tracks down the draw for Chaska Chan, and that'll be a penalty coming up on Chaska Chan. And still hasn't been touched up. Finally, the whistle comes in. And so Osseo Maple Grove now will have a man advantage. Looks like Spalding, the player in the box. So 6:17 to go here in the period. Out to neutralize we come with a 5-on-4 advantage for Osseo Maple Grove. Once down 2-0, but just popped a goal to get back to within 1. Luke Carithers likes to see that. He gave up 2 goals in the span of 25 seconds. Off the draw, the pressure put on by Steenason, who wraps it behind the net. Over to the far side as they try to set up the power play. It's Paxton Lee, who's in the box for the cross check for Chaska Chanhassen. Short-handed. Possession, neutralized for Smith. Logan Smith peels it out wide, fires the backhanded shot. It also goes wide, tracked down by Palmquist. Sends it back around to waste some time as we're down to 1:25 to go in the advantage. For Osseo Maple Grove, Steenason tracks it down from his own goal line. Working it quickly up the ice, speeds around one defender, takes it into the zone all on his own. He left a second defender in his wake, but also left the puck back at the circle. Not a lot of zone time yet on this power play for Osseo Maple Grove as the puck slides past the far side post with 1 minute to go. Power play opportunity. Dylan Campbell this time taking it out of his own zone. Got ahead of him a little bit. Touch there, neutralized by Markwell. Markwell trying to hang on to it. It bounces back to Anderson. Anderson shovels that down to the goal line, met there by Chaska Chan. Box trying to work it back above her goal line. Able to pass it out ahead. And out of the zone it sneaks. Good penalty kill so far for Chaska Chan with 35 seconds to go. Still no shots on goal on the power play for Osseo Maple Grove. Box will play it backwards from between her skates. Sends it back towards the corner. Wrapped around under control. A whole lot of control on this penalty kill too for Chaska Chan, which has made it even better. This one hops onto the stick of Starkey. Starkey can't control as Box tracks it down in the corner. 15 seconds to go in this 1-goal game on the power play for Osseo Maple Grove, trailing by a goal. That one deflected on its way out to the near side for Anderson. Anderson can't quite clear, so Osseo Maple Grove shovels it down into the corner. Helped there by Braid. Box pinned in by 2 Osseo Maple Grove attackers. Outside it goes for Nelson. Nelson's centering pass is deflected, and away it comes for Chaska Chan as the penalty expires. Spalding flying up the ice on the near side. Outside the circle looking for a centering pass. It's deflected back down below the goal line. Picked up by Lutner, your goal scorer for Osseo Maple Grove. Brings it out across his own blue line. Settles it in. Had it poked away just as he entered the zone. Belay right there, and it's ducked back into the zone on the offsides. Bring us back out to neutral ice for the draw. 3:50 to go here in this first period. Chaska Chan with the 2-1 lead. Sportacular 2019 here on Youth Hockey Hub. All our live coverage brought to you by Latza Matza. Stick with us at the end of this one. A Latza Matza Player of the Game awarded. Chaska Chan jumped out to a 2-0 lead with 8:25 to go here in this first period. Just under 2 minutes later, Osseo Maple Grove scored their first goal of the contest to get back within 1. That's a beautiful pass out to Kalen Belay. Belay had the second goal for Chaska Chan, poked off of his stick and taken up the ice, turned by Dylan Campbell. Campbell still working after the puck as Carson Olenkamp tried to fire him off of his spot. Bangs back out in front. Shot there from Sammy Nelson, deflected wide by Adderson. Another shot, this one gloved by Adderson. Looked like a sliding Sammy Nelson again. 2 goals, 2 assists for Nelson in the tournament. Very nearly had a third goal. We get late in this first period. 3:03 to go. Possession at neutral ice for Chaska Chan. Man flying down on the near side is Anderson. Shot, settles in on Carithers, knocked it down. Rebound chance, slides home, and it's 3-1, Chaska Chan. Holden Palmquist there to backhand it home as it slid free of Carithers. Third goal of the tournament for Palmquist. Chaska Chan is back up by 2. 2:49 here to go. More pressure. Right off the draw, the net comes a little loose. I believe they said Logan Smith on the assist. So Luke Carithers saw his team get one back, and then the pressure forms in front of him. Made the stop. Defense couldn't clear it away. A rebound home by Palmquist. His third of the tournament, the third of the game for Chaska Chan. They average 5 per contest, but so does this Osseo Maple Grove squad. Still a long way to go. 2.5 left here in this first period. Peeled off the boards by Osseo Maple Grove. Chance at a break up ice. Trying to stay onside, and they do, as Anderson slides it on the near side to Starkey. Starkey fires the shot that's pad saved away by Adderson. Plenty of gold shirts around as Box settles it back down, peels it away from 3 defenders, pushes it to the corner. Very methodical move up the ice for Chaska Chan. And some freedom from that for Colchin. Colchin slices his way through neutral ice. Into the zone, he'll fire the shot. Short angle on the short hop, picked up by Carithers. Sliding to the post, good positioning from Carithers. 1:52 to go here in this first period. 3-1 lead, Kennedy, Belay, and Palmquist scoring for Chaska Chan. Lutner the only goal for Osseo Maple Grove. Markwell holds it in on the far side, sends that sailing shot up over the top of Belay, standing in front of the net. It was actually Paxton Lee, in front of the net. Still, pressure held on by Chaska Chan. A little backhand shovel from Nolan Warner that's gloved away by Carithers. Crafty move, and a nice save made off the back end of it. Minute 31 remaining here in this first period. Osseo Maple Grove sends it up ice. Nelson fires a tough shot in on Adderson. Sammy Nelson has taken aim a couple of times now on Grant Adderson. So far, Adderson's got the better of him. An eventful first period, still with 83 seconds to go here on Rink 3 at the Schwann Super Rink Complex, campus of the National Sports Center up here in Blaine. That one from the blue line, held in by Dylan Campbell, dropped in below the goal line. Defensive work back in their own zone to move it up has been very good for Chaska Chan. Some opportunities for Osseo Maple Grove, but generally one and done. Haley Bach's a big part of that as she crosses it in front of her own goal line, but pushes it over to the far side. It's worked out of the zone, drops in behind a Chaska Chan skater who didn't see the puck. Still ends up in possession of Chaska Chan. Bach's over to get it again. Inside the circle, pushed down towards the corner with 40 seconds to go here in the period. Sneaks out of the zone past Logan Smith, who has 6 assists to lead the team in that category in the tournament. Shovels over to the far side for Kulchin. He settles, fires it into the glove of Carithers this time. Pauses us with 28 seconds to go here in the period. 3-1 lead as they're well on their way to another 5-goal game. Their high 8 goals as Carithers sticks that one away. Directly off the draw. Florek trying to hold it in on the far side. Got an assist in this game from the circle. It's knocked around, still loose and free with 15 seconds to go in the period. Wrapped around the boards. That's Florek again who finds it. Centers back out in front. Hits an Osseo Maple Grove stick. Karams out towards the circle. Final 5 seconds. Florek trying to turn it back in. That one centered in front. Man was there. It was Spalding. Couldn't get the stick on it. Markwell playing it at the blue line, and that's how the period will end. 3-1 the lead for Chaska Chan. They score the first 2. Osseo Maple Grove got one back, but the final goal of the period by Holden Palmquist makes it 3-1 as we go to the second period here. It's a semifinal of Squirt A in the 2019 Squirtacular presented on Youth Hockey Hub by Latza Matza. Ready to start the second period between Osseo Maple Grove and Chaska Chan. This Squirt A semifinal. Finals coming up later this afternoon. You can catch all those here on Youth Hockey Hub live from the Schwann Super Rink, home of the 2019 Squirtacular here on Youth Hockey Hub, presented by Latza Matza. Glad you're with us. 3 goals in the first from Chaska Chan. Team that averages 5 per contest. Maple Grove does the same. They were able only to get 1 goal. Kennedy, Belay, and Palmquist with 3 goals for Chaska Chan. Lutner with the goal for Osseo Maple Grove. They'll attack left to right here against Grant Adderson in period number 2. They center it right back in front. Good positioning for Sammy Nelson, who has been right on the spot a number of times in this game so far. Just couldn't get the stick on it to redirect. Flies out of the zone, poked along the blue line. Nobody there for Osseo Maple Grove, and it's worked out by Chaska Chan. That one deflects into the kneecap area. One of the Osseo Maple Grove skaters. He's feeling that one a bit as he tries to get back into the play. It's up to Nelson on the near side. Nelson just slowed down a moment, settles it back in, takes it across the blue line, but nobody there with him, so it pokes back to Markwell. Markwell Fires it up to neutral ice. Strong all the way up to the blue line for Florek. Florek dumps it back behind. Warner. Warner sends it in. Back to Florek. Florek fires the shot up under the post and in. Florek nifty along the goal line and great passing for Chaska Chan. And they go up 4-1. Florek on the finish with his 4th of the tournament. Just enough, crossing that one under the crossbar to make it 4-1. There's at least 2 assists on that, as that puck was sliding tape to tape back and forth. And Chaska Chan takes a commanding 3-goal lead. Haley Box working it back at her own goal line. Sent up ahead on the near side. That slides free of Paxton Lee. Now they announced Florek to Warner. I think it was the other way around, but either way, both on the score sheet. Either way, Chaska Chan with a 4-1 lead and possession flying in, but 4 defenders there for Osseo Maple Grove to wall it off. On the near side, it's back to Box. Box back in her own zones, sends it back to neutral ice where it's worked there by Logan Smith. Peels it off the boards, dumps it ahead on the near side to Lee. Lee outside the circle, tries to shovel it through the defense, knocked away by Nolan Doucette. Sent into the corner where Smith tries to reverse, tripped up, taken away by Dylan Campbell. Campbell pushes up ice on the far side. Box working backwards in front of the net. Causes Anderson to go down to a knee there, but Box keeps possession. Back to Anderson. Anderson dumps it up ahead, ends up towards the stick of Palmquist. He taps it, has a man in the middle. Centering pass, that one not redirected. Jack Colchin was right there, all the way to the far side of the ice, but the only Chaska Chan skater doesn't have a stick as that flew halfway around the boards. Osseo Maple Grove pushes it back down the ice. And there's that stick on the ice, and that will just turn into a change. Well, the officials will go get that. And actually, we have a Chaska Chan skater who goes and gets it. And the icing will bring us back down for a glove side face-off for Carithers. 4-1 with 9:20 to go in this second period. This was a 2-1 game, but a pair of 2 unanswered bursts for Chaska Chan to start the game to go up 2-0 and now to take the 3-goal lead. The last 2 goals. Carson Melke worked it down into the corner. It's held in at the blue line for Osseo Maple Grove. That pass to the middle, deflected high up into the air. Settled back down. Out to the blue line it goes and intercepted by Engelkes. Tries to play it, walled off by Chaska Chan defenders. Markwell brings it up. Curves it into the zone, dumps it down towards the middle. A bouncing, skipping puck is picked up by Steenerson. Steenerson able to move it up ice. Stick handling from Steenerson. Dumped off of his stick, and Florek picks it up. Florek holds it at the blue line, or tried to hold it, but there were already 2 skaters in as he was walled off. Neutralized face-off, controlled by Chaska Chan. Belay works it ahead, fires that one off the pads of Carithers. Rebound chance was there for Werner, and Carithers eventually, with Lee bearing down on him, flops down on the puck with 8:20 to go. 4-1 commanding lead for Chaska Chan. One of 2 unbeatens along with Matamidai here in the Squirt A division of the 2019 Squirtacular. Warner off the draw, fires it home, and Nolan Warner, who's already got 2 assists in this game, now adds a goal to his tally. And it is 5-1 in favor of Chaska Chan. That one unassisted, straight off the draw. He just had to deal with the traffic in front of him as bodies fell. Able to flip it up and knock it home top shelf. 5-1 with 8 minutes to go here in this second period. Worked up by Kolchin. He ends up in a heap. Somebody lost a stick, but the puck is under several players, and got a neutralized faceoff coming up. So 2 to start it. 1 goal from Osseo Maple Grove with 6:45 to go made it 2-1. But now the last 3 from Palmquist, Florek, and Warner. And Chaska Chan with a 5-1 lead. Trying to work their way to the championship round. Puck slides in, trying to get it over to Florek, but Kennedy could not quite track it down. He got the scoring started, Kennedy did. Centering pass in front, intercepted by Zachary Markwell. Markwell, he along with Box, they've been flying around defensively. Controlling the puck for Chaska Chan. That one flies out to the blue line, knocked back down by Doucette at the circle. Long shot, that one sticked away. Cole Anderson trying to find his way to that far side post, and it got caught up in traffic. All the way out to neutral ice, worked back in by Steenerson. Steenerson slides around a defender. Steenerson trying to go back to the forehand, saved away by Adderson. Still hacking at it for Osseo Maple Grove, and Adderson stands tall. Well, the stick work of Charlie Steenerson may be the way back into this for Osseo Maple Grove. Maybe one too many moves that time, and Adderson spreads out but makes the save. Under 7 minutes we go in period number 2. 5-1 lead for Chaska Chan. The 2019 Squirtacular presented here on Youth Hockey Hub by Latza Matza. Worked up ice. 2 defenders finally wall it away from Kolchin. Back against the boards. Warner peels it away. Into the corner it goes. Dump back below the goal line. Centered in front. Bouncing puck. Touched first by Osseo Maple Grove and taken away. 2-on-1 on the break coming up the ice. Steenerson had it just tapped away. Haley Box able to get enough of the stick on it, but Osseo Maple Grove still with possession and pressure. There was something on the ice as it was sticked away. Now back to the circle. A shot intercepted and deflected away by the defense of Kolchin. Not sure what that was that flew out there. The official got it. Now Chaska Chan up on a break, a little too strong for Lee. And Paxton Lee has to trail it all the way to the corner. Allows Osseo Maple Grove to get the defense set. Lee trying to look for a centering pass. Couldn't get it out in front to Belay. Knocked away by Osseo Maple Grove. Back out off the board's far side. Melky will track it down and send it to neutral ice. Under 6 minutes to go here in period number 2. It's 5-1 Chaska Chan. The squad in gold. With a big-time lead, they've scored the last 3. Osseo Maple Grove needing something good to pop here. Lutner slides below the goal line. Loses the puck, trying to track it down in the corner. Walled off by Logan Smith. Smith draws it all the way back out towards the blue line. Puck never crosses out of the zone. Now it's caught up under 2 skaters. Finally out of the zone. And Osseo Maple Grove has to work it back in. Sammy Nelson looked like he was hauled down to the ice. No arm in the air. Dylan Campbell work it right back down. And that'll be an icing to bring it back the other way. So Chaska Chan in the Osseo Maple Grove zone, leading it 5-1. Puck worked up to the blue line. Off the win of the draw, Steenerson finds his way to some space. Defense collapses. He flies back past it inside the circle, pass to the near side, shot and a score. Osseo Maple Grove needed that one. Cale Braid off the feed from Charlie Steenerson. And they're trying to work their way back into this late in the second period. It's 5-2. Braid's 7th of the tournament. Steenerson picks up the assist. Chaska Chan trying to answer, and they will. Breaking in off the rebound, and just like that, they push the lead right back up. Deflected home, and I think it was Florek again. .420 remaining, so just 20 seconds after the goal. And it is Florek. Colchin giving the assist. So at 6-2 again. Chaska Chan has just had an answer every time. The first goal for Osseo Maple Grove cut it to 2-1, then 3 unanswered, then 5-2 and a little life for Osseo Maple Grove with a long time to go in this game. And then 21 seconds later, Florek off the shot on the far side. It was Colchin who took that initial shot off the pads of Carithers, who stick saves another one away, hops up in front of him and taken out by the defense. Pushed up the ice for Osseo Maple Grove, and a penalty's coming up on Chaska Chan that should help the cause of Osseo Maple Grove with 3:42 to go here in this second period. 3-1 lead for Chaska Chan after 1. They put up 2 unanswered to start the second. And now the teams trading goals. Make it 6-2. Chaska Chan penalty though, so 5-on-4 for Osseo Maple Grove. Off the draw, won and controlled by Luke Smith. Smith fires that one, bouncing through some traffic. Colchin had it as Paxton Lee's the man in the box. Haley box against 2 defenders, tries to take it away. Starkey gets it back below his goal line. Centering pass, out in front, bouncing puck, saved once and twice by Anderson. Cole Anderson settled right in front off the feed from Starkey, and Anderson pays for the save, but he makes it with 1:40 to go in the power play and 3:20 remaining in the period. Draw coming up. Luke Smith digs in. Wins that one away from Logan Smith. Loose puck to the far side for Steenerson. He'll fire the shot into the belly of Anderson. Whistle comes in. And now players hitting the deck afterwards. Luke Smith hops back up. And everybody checks on Anderson, who's made 2 big saves so far here on the power play. Minute 31 to go in the advantage for Osseo Maple Grove. The draw controlled by Smith, not out past the blue line. Chaska Chan, though, controlling below their own goal line. Pressure coming up from Luke Smith. Smith sends it back out towards Steenerson. Steenerson holds it in. Stick handles his way to the circle. Had it poked off by Markwell. Markwell making a play again defensively for Chaska Chan. Steenerson after it. He'll dump it down towards the corner. Starkey tracks down the puck, looking for a center. That time just turns the sharp corner, hacking in and puts it home against Anderson. Chaska Chan was looking for a whistle, and Starkey kept after it. And a goal again for Osseo Maple Grove, this time on the power play. Makes it 6-3. Still 2:38 remaining here in this second. Check that, it was Cole Anderson. they give Smith and Steenerson the assist. So Anderson on the power play. Chaska Chan back to answer just as they have all game long. And it's 7-3, a 4-goal lead again. Quickly down the ice. And it's Jack Kulchin. Just when Osseo Maple Grove thinks they'll find their way back into it, Chaska Chan finds an answer. Flying out of their own zone. Pushed up the ice, under control on the near side for Paxton Lee. Lee just has it hop over his stick. Banged off the glass on the near side and all the way out of the zone. Played by Chaska Chan at neutral ice. Markwell down to a knee. So a penalty now coming up on Osseo Maple Grove with 1:36 to go in the second. It's 7-3. Power play opportunity here for Chaska Chan for the first time. Win the draw quickly. Jolenkamp shovels it back up to Warner. Warner over to the near side, and a bouncing puck flies in towards the goal line. Warner with a goal, Florek with 2, all in this period. Kulchin with the other. Sharp turn of the corner there, steered away by Carithers at the post. Back to Lee. Dumps it back off. Belay. Belay has it poked off his stick. He tracks it down just inside the circle but loses an edge. Puck to Steenerson. Steenerson pushing up the ice shorthanded. Has Lutner inside of him. Steenerson at the circle. Fires it down to the goal line. Lutner tries to turn the corner. 50 seconds to go here in the period. Chaska Chan with still 1:10 of power play time. Palmquist through neutral ice. Palmquist dangles and offsides. 43 seconds to go in the period. 10 combined goals before we hit the third period. 7-3 lead for Chaska Chan. Off the draw, pushed back. Box plays it over to the far side. Back to Palmquist. Palmquist works it into the zone. As Smith in beside him. Had it poked away. Box gets it right back up to Palmquist in the corner for Smith. 25 seconds left in the period. Smith steers at the goal line. Fires it back in front. Goes wide of everybody on the far side to Kulchin. Kulchin back down to Smith below the goal line. Misplayed there, and Campbell takes it back for Osseo Maple Grove. Out to Box to hold it in. 10 seconds left in the period. Box turns the corner, dumps it down. Smith will chase with just 5 seconds to go in the period. Back out in front, floating puck picked up by Luke Smith. And this will end the period. So 7-3 as we head to the third. 24 seconds will remain on the power play for Chaska Chan. And when we come back, they'll have a 7-3 lead to try and build on with one more. Well, we're not lacking on excitement here at Squirt A, the semifinal from Rink 3. 10 combined goals in the first 2 periods, but Chaska Chan with 7 of those to take a 7-3 lead. They're on the power play for another 10 seconds, but Osseo Maple Grove able to push it down into the Chaska Chan zone to start things off and give themselves a leg up in killing off this penalty. 7 scored by Chaska Chan, and twice the last 2 goals they've scored inside of 30 seconds following an Osseo Maple Grove goal. Osseo Maple Grove scored with 4:41 to go in the second to make it 5-2. 21 seconds later, Chaska Chan made it 6-2. Same thing happened at the 2:38 mark. Osseo Maple Grove scored to make it 6-3. Chaska Chan scored 24 seconds later. They've always had an answer in the first period after they got out to a 2-goal lead. Osseo Maple Grove scored at the 6:45 mark, and then it was a whole 4 minutes later before Chaska Chan scored again. Smith flying down the ice for Chaska Chan, looking for an angle, takes the shot, sails it high. 11:10 to go, 7-3 is the score. Osseo Maple Grove with Steenason flying in, hopping over defenders, splits past a second and third, and finally he's tripped and draws the penalty. So now, after killing off that penalty in the second and over here into the third, Osseo Maple Grove will have an opportunity on the advantage. There was some confusion over by the box as to which Chaska Chan skater was called for the penalty. It turned out to be Logan Smith. Kennedy with a goal, Belay with a goal, Palmquist with a goal. All of those for Chaska Chan in the first. Florek scored twice in the second, along with one from Warner and Kulchin. Anderson, Braid, and Lutner with the goals for Osseo Maple Grove. Quick trigger that time. Early for Cale Braid. Osseo Maple Grove trying to center back for Braid again. He was out there in front. Puck slides wide and hopped out of the zone by Chaska Chan. Icing will bring it back down the other way. 10:38 to go, minute 37 to go in the power play. So the power play can take us all the way down to that 10-minute mark. Chaska Chan will change defensive skaters. 5-on-4, Braid wins the draw, tries to knife his way in through the defense. Kennedy just pokes it away at the last moment. Markwell has it now below the goal line. For Chaska Chan, he flies it up over everybody's heads and dumps it down. That was tapped by Osseo Maple Grove, so no icing as the puck rolls on its end all the way to the backboards. Tracked down by Campbell. Campbell from the corner at his own goal line. Under control, working it up the ice. 3-on-4 as the changes happen behind him. Campbell slides in past the defender. Centering pass. Braid was there, but it was touched first by Adderson. He steers it around the net. Chaska Chan works it out past the blue line on the near side. Played down, but just mishandled by Engelkis. Tracks it down back at the circle. Fires it up to his own blue line for Campbell. Campbell playing on the far side there with Sammy Nelson. Puck tapped around. Not controlled yet. Now turned in by Lutner. Lutner walled off by 2 defenders. For Chaska Chan, sent back down to the blue line with 35 seconds to go. Here in the penalty, 9.5 minutes to go in the game. A 4-goal lead for Chaska Chan on the penalty kill right now. Kulchin takes possession of the puck, works it backwards, wiping some time off this power play. Now he'll send it all the way through to neutral ice. And that was tapped again, so no icing. 15 seconds to go. Worked out and an offsides. 12 seconds to go here on the power play. An opportunity to again get one step closer for this Chaska Chan squad, or excuse me, for this Osseo Maple Grove squad. But they've been able to do that. They've been able to slice into the lead, just never able to sustain a run here. They've always been answered by Chaska Chan goals. Now the penalty winding down as Box will control in behind the goal line. Now it's turned over, but back to even strength technically. That swipe at a shot by Luke Smith was deflected away. Now a bouncing puck, and it's saved by Adderson. Settled down. He might have lost that into a pad somewhere. Looking for that. 8:54 to go. 4-goal lead for Chaska Chan. Draw controlled by Markwell for Chaska Chan. from the circle. He'll dump it through neutral ice. They were offsides as Logan Smith was in too quick with 8:42 to go here in this third period. Chaska Chan, 4 has been their largest lead. They had that at 5-1, 6-2, and now 7-3. As nobody's scored here in the third just yet. Puck stays still at the faceoff dot there, eventually controlled by Osseo Maple Grove. Starkey brings it in against 2 defenders, walled off by Markwell. Markwell through traffic. He's bumped off the puck by Luke Smith. Pushed down towards the goal line. No icing there as it's waved off. 8:20 to go. In behind their own net, Alberg fires over to the far side corner for Cole Anderson. Centering pass, deflected away. Steenerson got to it. Chaska Chan still holding in on the far side. Markwell sends it back towards the middle. Stick handling, a pass out in front. Settled in, a couple of shots on Carithers, and it does go home. Thought Carithers had made the save, but it just sneaks through. And there's a 5-goal lead for the first time for Chaska Chan. They just kept hacking at it. I'd given up on the play. They didn't. And it's 8-3. Logan Smith credited with the goal. Palmquist and Markwell given the assist. So it is 8-3. I haven't put that on the scoreboard yet, but it is 8-3. Osseo Maple Grove pushing into the zone. Chaska Chan matches their tournament high with 8 goals. Puck back out in front, backhanded a couple of times, and finally settled down by Adderson. A couple of dangerous chances there in front. 8-2 was the final margin against St. Michael Albertville. It's the third time they've scored at least 7. And they've now put up 5 goals at least in 4 of their 5 games. And it is running time now in the third period with a 5-goal margin. Markwell drops it in behind the goal line. Sends it back out through neutral ice. Paxton Lee settles in below the blue line. Fires it over to Warner. Warner back to Lee. Sweeps that one across. Slides through the crease. 6:20 and counting. 2 players end up down on the deck. And this one's going to be a hold coming up on Osseo Maple Grove. So Kennedy got the scoring started, his second. Kalen Belay with the 3rd of the tournament for Chaska Chan. Answer came for Logan Lutner, his 7th of this 2019 Squirtacular. Holden Palmquist with his 3rd. Off the draw, slapped around a couple of times, eventually controlled by Osseo Maple Grove. Pushed up the ice on the near side by Lutner. Lutner walled off the puck by, count them, 3 defenders flying in there. Markwell settles it down, takes it across the blue line with Belay to the right, fires the shot. Belay in there on the rebound and will knock it home. Markwell takes the shot. It was saved by Carithers, but bounced right to a crashing Kalen Belay. His 2nd of the game, 3rd, make it 4th of the tournament. And a new tournament high in goals scored for Chaska Chan. Just outside 5 minutes to go. Belay gives him 9. Well, they said Logan Smith. Could have sworn that was 3 crashing in there. Penalty coming up. So now Chaska Chan down a skater, but up 6. 4 minutes of running time. Spinning down here. All kinds of scores to try to figure out here for our Lots of Matza player of the game. Puck flies around, cleared back out by Box. They'll work it back down a skater. The penalty kill inside of 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Pushed up by Logan Smith. On the near side, it goes back to Anderson. Fires the shot, and this one covered up by Carithers. Well, Belay with a pair of goals. Florek with a pair of goals. Florek scored to extend the lead to start the second period of 4-1, and then right after Braid had scored for Osseo Maple Grove, Florek scored 21 seconds later to make it 6-2. So also like the defensive effort from Chaska Chan from the likes of Haley Box and Zachary Markwell. They've been very sure with the puck, ending Osseo Maple Grove possessions. This one tipped left at the circle. Here with a man advantage, Osseo Maple Grove trying to find their way to the shot, and Melke has it eventually poked off the stick, and it trickles out of the zone. Steenerson down to the deck, able to shove the puck into the zone. And that will be a penalty drawn by Steenerson. Yeah, the first penalty will expire, but there will still be a man advantage basically for the final 2 minutes of this game of running time for Osseo Maple Grove. And the puck will bounce home. Osseo Maple Grove with a power play goal. And they know that time's still running here, so they're trying to get right back to center. Dylan Campbell from the blue line got that started. Off the draw. Chaska Chan back to full strength. They can win it and push it down. Wrapped around the boards, picked up by Lutner. In below the goal line, worked over by Warner.
Scoring for OMG is number 8, Dylan Campbell. Assist.
Campbell given the goal, so he gets one here in this semifinal, his first of the tournament. Bouncing puck finds its way on the near side to Braid, but they were offsides. Check that. They were offside, so that's going to take us to neutralize. There was a stick stuck to the wall on this near side of the corner. Wyatt Florek, the 2 goals in the second period, also an assist. Nolan Warner, 2 assists and a goal as well. So as these final 30 seconds tick off, I think that's where we'll go with our Lots of Matza player of the game, Wyatt Florek for Chaska Chan. Osseo Maple Grove got it back within 5, but too much offense with the 9 goals in the tournament scored by Chaska Chan. Markwell knocks a puck off a stick one more time for good measure. Osseo Maple Grove pushing it into the zone. Final 5 seconds. Chaska Chan works it out. That'll bring us to the end of this semifinal, and it's a 9-4 victory for Chaska Chan. Your Lots of Matza player of the game, Wyatt Florek, scores his 4th and 5th goals of the tournament. Also chips in a 4th assist of the tournament. They got out to a 3-1 lead after 1. They put on 4 more goals in the second and capped it off with 2 more in the third. enjoy the championship rounds coming up later this afternoon right here on Youth Hockey Hub. Chaska will be there, Chanhassen rather, off a 9-4 victory over Osseo Maple Grove. All the coverage here on Youth Hockey Hub of the 2019 Squirtacular brought to you all weekend long by Lots of Matzah.